TimeRust.com proudly presents the Time Rust Brain Trust. Hey everybody, thank you for joining us here on the Time Rust Brain Trust
Podcast.
So, let's get into the introductions because we got nothing better to do but introduce ourselves. Across from me is Eli.
That's a definite improvement.
Because to my left is an empty chair.
That's a definite improvement. I applaud your effort in trying to be good at introductions.
Keeping it real, yo. Keeping it real.
Babe, be careful because sometimes keeping it real goes wrong.
I've kept it real too much and gotten stabbed. To his left is Marqees.
What it is, folks?
What's up, dude?
I've got a catchphrase.
And to his left is me.
Mario.
Hey, Nathan, what's up? How you doing?
Stiff.
Stuff is up?
Man, you know what? I'm just going to say this before we get into it. What are you doing is basically going to be like, what am I not doing? And I'll tell you, and you'll be like, that sounds like a great time.
That you could have been having.
I could have been having. Anyways, all right, Eli, what are you doing?
Well, yesterday I picked up a couple of sweet deals on the App Store. I got The Room 2 for $1. Sequel to The Room, and it's a puzzle adventure game sort of, where like you interact with these objects, and it kind of reminds me of like Myst, where you find objects, you click on stuff, and like then you use a puzzle piece to activate a thing, and it opens a door, and it's kind of like that, but it's really cool, and it has good graphics on the phone.
Lisa, you're tearing me apart.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yes! I was waiting for you guys to do room references.
But,
I was waiting.
I also got Infinity Blade 3, but I'm not going to install that on my phone. I'm going to wait until I get my iPad, and just install it directly to that. So I just purchased it while it was on sale for $3 instead of $7.
That's a good deal.
And so that'll just go straight to my iPad when I get it. But I've been collecting a couple action figures this week that I wanted to pick up. I got the Batman of Zur-En-Arr, also known as Planet X Batman. I really like that Batman. He's very cool. And he's part of a very good storyline, one of my favorite storylines, Batman Rest in Peace.
That was a killer good arc.
Wait a minute. Is that the same? No. Am I thinking? No. What were the Crisis? No. Elseworlds. That's what I was thinking. Does that have to do with Elseworlds?
I'm not sure.
No, Zur-En-Arr was during Rest in Peace when Jezebel Jet they got Batman, I think, the crack or some they really messed him up.
They killed him, and he wasn't actually dead, but when he came back, he didn't have his memory.
Oh, so he was just...
This Batman emerged from his subconscious because he had it implanted there to protect himself from any kind of mental hack. Like if somebody had destroyed his brain, this Batman will emerge and protect his identity as Bruce Wayne while helping him like solve his way back to being his normal self.
So you're saying I should read Rest in Peace?
You should absolutely read it because it's fantastic.
Batman R.I.P. Right?
Yeah,
I've been debating for years.
It's fantastical.
No, it's super good.
Wow.
But I got that figure. I got there was a Matty Collector made a set of Superman figures from the old Superman films from the 70s and 80s, and I at one of the local like crap stores where they just have stuff that's cheap that nobody else wants. I got the Lex Luthor from that series, which is the Gene Hackman Lex Luthor, and it's a 12-inch figure. It comes with 4 different toupees for him to wear.
Nice.
So
Yeah, buddy.
you can have him bald or in one of 4 different hairstyles. And I think they did a really good job with it. It's the same company that did the Ghostbuster 12-inch figures that I got for my birthday, and then ordered the other half of. And I just really like the figure. They finally dropped it to a reasonable price that I was ready to pay for it, and so I got it. I picked up Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for Wii U.
How's that?
It's a lot of fun. It's really hard. It's surprisingly difficult.
Do you have to beat down on the controller, the Wii U controller, like it's a bongo?
No, but I do have that game, and it is also kind of fun.
That game's weird.
Yeah, it is weird, but no,
Most
Donkey
Kong games are.
Tropical Blast or Tropical Freeze is, it's really tough, and the levels are designed pretty well. They keep getting better. Like, the levels keep getting more and more interesting, and, like, I find myself being like, oh, you tricked me. Like, good job, Nintendo, you got me. The bosses are ridiculously tough. Like, they're some of the best bosses that I've played in a long time. But I'm glad I got that, because there's not really anything else coming out for my Wii U until May, I think. So that'll give me a chance to play a bunch of other consoles once I finish this. Other than that, not a whole lot this week. I finished reading Catching Fire finally, so I'm ready to watch the movie next week when it comes out on Blu-ray. I'm now finally back to reading Game of Thrones and really enjoying that. I'm probably 2/3 through the first book, so I'll be ready to finish watching the first season of Game of Thrones. And then on to the next one. I'm just going to try and tear through those while I'm really interested in reading. Like, reading is so much easier now that I have my Kindle. Like, I like reading more now.
I'm happy that devices are getting people back into reading.
Yeah.
I'm a purist. Don't get me wrong, I love turning a page.
Yeah, see, I hate that.
I love turning a page, but it's good to see people getting into reading because it's on their Kindle or an electronic device. So I'm all for that.
I like that I can lay down in bed and have the little light on my wall turned on, and I can just sit there and kind of balance my Kindle that weighs practically nothing and hit one single button to turn a page. And I can just be super lazy. I don't have to reach over. I don't have to, like, angle the book a certain way so that the curve of the page, like, doesn't cast a shadow on itself. Like, I can just see the page, read it, and it keeps my place, so, like, I don't have to think about, like, oh, what page number was I on? Where's that bookmark that I had?
Now, which Kindle do you have?
The regular Kindle. Regular 6-inch, $60 Kindle.
Did you get the Paperwhite?
No.
Just
I don't like the Paperwhite.
Really?
No, I didn't like the way that the screen redrew on that one. It takes a lot longer. I also didn't like the whiteness of the screen. I preferred the kind of tannish green that the regular Kindle had. Plus, it's lighter, so there's that. And I don't like the touch screen because then you get fingerprints and smudges all over your screen.
Dude, that's why I got this because I can't stand fingerprints on my.
I actually have a stylus and I never use it.
Yeah,
I can't stand the fingerprints on my. I wet my cloth on it all the time. Because I can't stand it.
The biggest reason was that I don't think the price difference between the Paperwhite and the regular one justifies what you're getting at all. Like, I don't find that it's better. The Paperwhite, I guess, it has a backlight, maybe? But, I have lights everywhere, so that's not a problem. But that's what I've been doing. I watched a little bit. What did I watch? I watched something. Oh, I got caught up on The Good Wife.
I hear that's a really good show.
It's a fantastic show. It's in the 5th season. Like,
it's on Hulu Plus now.
The mid-season break was January 12th, I think, and so that was the last episode that we watched. And just waiting for it to come back because the 5th season has just gone off the rails. Like, it's been pretty crazy. It's a really smart show.
Awesome.
The cast is actually pretty good.
Fantastic.
They're
Juliana Marqees is a talented actress.
Super fantastic cast.
I think the thing about the cast that I look at, I don't really watch the show. I think I've watched like maybe 15 minutes of it total. But every time I see something, it looks like, oh, hey, there's that guy, there's that girl. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, these are really talented people. Chris Noth, you know.
From what I've seen in the trailers, it feels like it plays out like a movie. Every episode's like a mini movie.
There's a lot of stuff happens. It's a very fast paced show. There's a lot of dialogue that happens very quick. But there's a lot of things that happen in each episode, and it's really, really good.
Awesome.
I recommend checking it out.
I might have to check that out now because.
And I would guarantee that your sister and your mom would both thoroughly enjoy the show.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, though, I don't know, because there's not enough killing.
Yeah, your girlfriend has issues with the amount of violence she likes.
Yeah, that's why we get along. Marqees, what are you doing?
Well,
he's watching WWE.
The WWE Network. Well, tonight's NXT arrival, and I knew.
Yeah.
So I at least wanted to look at the matches, so I can talk, and then I can look at the matches he was going down. But again, the WWE Network was active on Monday, and it took a minute for me to sign up.
I've heard they've been having some problems.
Well, I think they weren't. I mean, they were expected.
As to be expected, because anytime something new comes out on the internet, stuff does not work.
But they're handling it pretty well because I mean, I got on the same day.
Yeah.
So they're handling it pretty well.
That's good.
But the content's amazing. Every Raw, every SmackDown, every ECW show.
It's all already there. They're not like rolling it out in waves. They just had it ready to go day one.
Every pay-per-view.
That's awesome.
It's already there.
That's a lot of stuff because this show is every day or every week.
Yeah.
Almost every day of every week they have some kind of show.
Yeah.
And so those are all already on there for as long as wrestling has been around.
Well, you've got Raw and SmackDown.
Because you got WCW stuff on there too, don't you?
Every WCW pay-per-view, it's
ECW.
amazing.
You also have all the old shows like Sunday Night Heat.
And that's the stuff you can go look at. Like the current stuff, they've got like stuff like as you can watch real time.
Yeah.
Like NXT and Countdown shows that you can watch real time.
What's the ad situation? Are there ads?
All WWE ads. It's all like, oh, watch this pay-per-view. Oh, Raw, SmackDown. Oh, watch Countdown.
How are they dispersed? Are they dispersed like at the beginning of an episode that you're watching?
It's dispersed like...
Or are they dispersed like commercial breaks?
No, it's dispersed at the beginning, at the end of each episode.
Just the beginning and the end.
Each show.
So you could cut off the end one. So really, you just have to watch an ad at the beginning.
All you need to know is like, let's say, like if NXT was coming at 8:00, you know, at 8:00, turn on NXT, and there's no commercials. That's it. If you want to watch, they'll maybe cut the show off maybe like at 7:58, and be hey, you know, a couple of minutes of commercials because they're trying to get content up and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's smoothly transition. There's no commercial breaks as far as I've seen.
Like for their live stuff.
For their live stuff, I watched some of the live stuff, and
I was gonna say, like, when you're watching, if you watch Raw, is it gonna have like Raw?
I haven't gotten into watching the Raws yet or the SmackDowns, the past stuff. I've been watching old pay-per-views.
No, I mean like live. Like you can't watch Raw live.
No, what happens to Raw and SmackDown Live will still be on Sci-Fi and USA. That's still set in stone. What happens is they'll have
then they'll have the archive.
They'll archive it. They'll have the Raw pre-show and the Raw post-show.
And then that turns into your second screen.
Yeah,
right?
and
where
you can use this. You can either use this as the app as watching it, or you can go to the second screen app and follow along with Raw and SmackDown for the night. And then when soon as Raw ends, network post show. You're watching what's going down the post show. Like I watched the post show after Raw last night, and Undertaker came back last night, and he's they had the interview with Brock Lesnar because that's his opponent for WrestleMania, and Brock Lesnar got stabbed in the pin. You're like, oh, the pin is in it. It's like, oh, okay. That's awesome, and they gave what the guys thought about the matches so far. They had interviews. I thought it was really well done. So, I mean, I'm looking for good things. I'm looking for more content, more more like for the live content, more shows. I'm waiting for Legends House to come on because I don't know when that's coming on just yet. But I'm looking for that. That's gonna be one of my things I want to see. I watched an episode of Countdown, which was pretty good. That was the best catchphrases. That was good stuff. But I'm looking for more stuff, and I think they're going to start adding like the documentaries. I'm waiting for that. The the 100 best matches or the Shawn Michaels documentaries and the Bret Hart stuff. All that stuff that they have on DVD to put on. When that stuff starts getting added, that's gonna be a huge library of stuff. Because they're removing all that stuff from Netflix. All that stuff's coming to the app, so I'm looking forward to that. Besides that, I watched Raw and SmackDown. Obviously, I watched Raw. I read Cataclysm #5 this week, and it was some good stuff. It wasn't as good as it wasn't as good as the past couple issues. I felt the ending was rushed. It was one of those get out of jail free card endings.
Yeah.
But there was still a good emotion, especially between Miles and Kitty Pryde. I like that. I like those two, and their dynamic. And like the last book when she first met Miles, she just gave him a hug. He was like, what? He was like, hi. She was like, hi, Miles. I'm like, wow. Like, I guess because he's embraced the Spider-Man role and she hadn't met him just yet. So that's going to be a cool dynamic in Ultimates to find out what's going on with that. I read the new Naruto, which is just getting good. Let's see. I watched a little bit of the new Arrow so far. I haven't seen the entire episode. I hear it's great though.
I'm just waiting for Netflix for Arrow.
See you in the fall.
See you in the fall, buddy. And then we'll have a nice recap episode, but it's good stuff. And then the new episode of Blacklist was aired. That's in my Hulu Plus, so I'm waiting for that. Not really too much. Just I've been reading a lot of old comic books. I reread Snake Eyes Declassified G.I. Joe, which was awesome. If you're a G.I. Joe fan and you like ninjas, I highly recommend you go find this trade. It is the origin of Snake Eyes.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's very.
You don't know is he was a rapper. Ninja, rap.
Funny you mentioned that. I know. Did you see have you seen the commercial yet?
No. There's
the macaroni and cheese commercial with Vanilla Ice.
Oh
and
yeah.
It's so funny because he's stocking stuff in the store and the mom comes up and she's like, oh my goodness, ninja. And then the kid's like, oh, Teenage Mutant Turtles. He's like, oh, and he starts doing ninja rap and the mom starts doing the ninja rap with him and it's hilarious. And the kid's like,
yeah.
He just looks at it and he just takes the box of macaroni and cheese and walks away. I'm like, because he didn't understand.
It was great.
It was awesome. I'm happy he's having fun with it. So
he's like, I'm making money, yo. I'm Rob Van Twinkle or whatever his last name is.
Yo, he's making a lot of money off his stuff.
Yeah, that's smart. He's
not a dumb guy.
Yeah, he's silly, but he's not a dumb guy.
I think Suge Knight scared a lot of dumb out of him when he hung him over that balcony and took that $8 million.
Yeah, Suge Knight would do that to me. So
they don't talk about that much. But that encounter one night, Suge Knight came up in his room and made him sign over everything he had.
Yeah, no, I remember that. Like, I remember seeing that. It was like VH1 or MTV documentary, and they're like, "Oh man, Suge Knight, he straight up was gangster.
He shit was gangster." Yeah, that was Besides that, let's see. I read I reread the Whedon run of Astonishing X-Men because I let a friend borrow it, so I had to reread it before it.
The original Astonishing X-Men run.
The Whedon run, the Whedon run.
The good one.
Amazing. The Whedon Cassidy run, amazing. Those two. I would say please make another run. I know he's busy with Avengers, but please give me one more X-Men run. Please. Cause I cried when Kitty Pryde got put in a bullet. Knowing she's back already. I was like, go put the Kitty Pryde and the Wolverines all mad. And
That was good stuff.
that was very good stuff. It was very drama filled, but had a lot of witty banter in it.
It was before the schism.
Yeah, when the X-Men were united, they need to get back together again. Let's see what else I've been doing. Working a lot, but
Working it.
yeah,
Working girl.
You know how that goes. That's pretty much it. Just watching. I'm looking at Netflix trying to find a new anime to watch. I don't know.
Attack on Titan.
I watched it
Watch
already.
it again.
I watched the entire season. One run of Depression's enough already. But I did watch Just the Unlimited Task Force X because Suicide Squad is coming up in Arrow. So I had to watch Task Force X, and I showed my sister, I'm like, see, Clock King run Task Force X from Amanda Waller. She was like, oh.
Well, yeah, because they're bringing straight up the Suicide Squad.
Dude, they're
Clock kick.
which is cool.
which I'm hoping does well enough to get a spin-off show because I would love a Suicide Squad show.
Dude, Michael Jai White needs more jobs. He should be on TV and movies more.
Dude, he's amazing.
Dude's awesome. Spawn was not very good. He pulled it off.
But I mean that whole team.
I enjoy that movie.
That whole team. I didn't enjoy the movie, but that whole team was looks amazing with Shrapnel and Deadshot and Bronze Tiger and Diggle and it's just amazing. But I mean, I like the concept of the Suicide Squad. So here's hoping more characters come to Arrow because I'm hearing about that. What characters they want to add and stuff. But yeah, that's what I was doing. Nate?
Well,
What are you doing?
let's talk about what I've been doing. Mostly working.
What are you not doing?
Been reading Infinity, as you guys have noticed, with this
Yeah.
big book. It's my Infinity Omnibus. I'm a big fan of omnibuses. Let's see. I watched Castle and Blacklist. They're alright. Almost Human was alright. It wasn't, a lot of phoning it in episodes this week.
I might have to get caught up on Castle. I can't believe I'm so far behind.
No, it's a good show. Castle, it's still fun. It is bothering me a little bit. Something with Molly C. Quinn. I don't know. Something about her is bothering me. I can't put my finger on it, though. Let's see. What else? No. Watched some wrestling. Me and Lisa watched Man of Steel again, 3D, because Steve finally returned it. Which I like that movie. I
liked it a lot.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Shut Marqees. Shut your. That was a good movie.
That movie was about as bad as The Dark Knight Rises.
No, it's way better.
Batman quits and Superman kills people. It's just...
He doesn't kill people.
He killed one guy.
He kills one guy.
No,
and
no,
that
no.
one guy is
killed,
General Zod.
They killed half Metropolis fighting.
No.
They were evacuated. That thing had been going on for days at that point. People were gone.
Yeah. The city was deserted.
What do you mean, bull?
No, the streets were full of people. They were all running from the...
It hadn't been days, but people were running away.
People were still in that. People were...
But Eric, here's the thing, though.
And you can't not
did-
Smallville being destroyed. And
He didn't kill them. Zod killed them because he was fighting Superman.
Yeah, Zod, destroyed...
Zod was being a douche, and
lot of
they
them.
had
Anyway.
to, fight. They
Anyway.
can't just... It's not Dragon Ball Z. They can't be like, hey, there's a giant field over there where nobody will get hurt. Let's go fight. Yes, I will go fight, because I'll follow you wherever I want to follow you to fight you, because you're strong, and I like strong fighting. So fighting is strong in the field of openness is what we will do. Ha-ha!
Also, all the hills in Dragon Ball Z annoy me.
Yeah.
They're all weird looking. And
But
everything.
it's not like that. It was
Dragon Ball.
where are they going to fight? Obviously, wherever Zod wants to, because he's a bad guy. And, a bad guy is not going to care if he's killing half a city.
But because they blew up that one section of the city with the world engine thing or whatever. They had a good place for the final battle.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, because it was crushed.
Yeah.
But no, I like the movie. We watched.
I thought it was fantastic.
Watched Walking Dead. Walking Dead introduced some of the characters from after the prison stuff goes down, like Abraham. He's a crazy character. They got a really good actor whose name escapes me all of a sudden. It was the guy from a guy on what was it, the WWE Network just did the Canadian Destroyer.
He reversed and neutralized it into the Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah, which is pretty awesome.
That was awesome.
Canadian Destroyer is a great move. Flip pile driver. Who thinks of that crap? Anyways, let's see.
Somebody that wants to break necks. That's who
Pretty
thinks
much.
of it.
Well, Tim that we had on here, Hagen, the wrestler, actually, that's his finisher.
Yeah.
Where he does the little flip thing. Like you saw Goldust do that one time
Yeah.
on the pay-per-view. Let's see. I watched a lot of Fairy Tail on Hulu Plus. Let me tell you something. I liked Dragon Ball Z. I did not like One Piece. I hated the length of Dragon Ball Z fights. I thought it was stupid. So they made Kai. Great. Well, the guys, I believe it was the guys that made made One Piece, decided, well, we're going to make something good. They made Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail is basically an anime that makes marginal improvements and upgrades to their characters, just enough to keep you interested. The stories are never too similar, and they don't throw them away as soon as they're done. Bleach. So, they build up the characters little by little. They're like, oh, he's got this special move that he's been hiding. Okay, cool. But then also, the other characters grow. The other characters get more powerful, so that they're not left behind.
It's like Naruto.
Dragon Ball Z. So, instead of them being ninjas, though, and like, oh, the super stealthy art of murder, it's, hey, we're wizards, so it's got like that, Harry Potter feel at times. But it's really...
I'm going to have to start watching this, aren't I?
It's like, what's that?
Are there tricks? Are they tricky about what they're doing? Like,
I don't know what that means.
Like Naruto, their fights are tricky.
They're not to that level because they don't go too in depth on them where they're talking about a battle for like 3 episodes.
That's not what I mean. I don't mean in depth. I mean, are they faking dudes out and like, are there moments where you're like, oh,
yeah, like moments like when,
no way, he just did that.
When you think a killing blow's been landing on somebody, and all of a sudden, like you see, it was a clone the entire time. You're like, oh, like I was watching like Naruto Uncut on Saturday night on Toonami, and it was the Kakashi Zabuza fight. And the first one,
I think
with the water
tricks.
clone, and all kinds of tricks. Like, oh wait, the windmill shadow. Oh wait, the windmill shadow was a clone the entire time.
The shadow was the clone. What?
That's what we're talking about.
Like tricks.
Not that crazy.
Okay.
It's more about like, what was it? The main character Natsu. They call him the salamander. And you're like, well, that's kind of stupid. And then you see him like eat fire. You're like, that's kind of weird. Turns out he is a special kind of wizard called a dragon slayer, where he was actually taught by a dragon how to be awesome. So he has dragon slayer magic, and basically he has the power of Smaug. Like when he gets full on awesome, he goes a little Sage Naruto, where you start to see like scales forming on his face.
Okay.
And then, flames are just everywhere, and people will look at him and go, he's a dragon. He's a dragon.
Yeah,
and they see like a 50-foot dragon behind him, and
like Sage Mode.
It's a little bit like Sage Mode, and then it's got he's basically the Goku of the show, but also other people around him continue to train and get good, and it's not, just a band of idiots and then this awesome person that they have to wait on. It's, hey, here's some really strong wizards. He has an ice magic friend. They're rivals, but they're still friends. And then they have a girl on the team that she has a power called Requip, where she calls forth suits of armor and swords. So maybe she looks like something out of Dynasty Warriors. Maybe she looks like a samurai. Maybe she looks like some sort of jungle princess, and all of those have special abilities tied to them. And apparently she has like 200 sets of armor. So she's one of the most powerful. And then Fairy Tail is actually a guild. All right, so it's Fairy Tail, like the tale of a fairy. And they're a guild, and they have tons and tons and tons of people.
This one's been constantly showing up in my Netflix queue. This anime. I'm like, you know what? One day I'll check out this Fairy Tale, but I'll watch something else. Like one day, I'll check it out. But
I was the same way.
You made a valid point with that, so I might have to check it out now.
Well, I went on. All right, it's on Netflix right now. You have like the first 48 episodes. There's over 100.
Nice.
And they did. What?
Dude,
I don't have time for 100 episodes.
No, just watch
a new show.
Just watch the first 50 on Netflix, and then if you're still kind of feeling it, it's on Hulu and subbed. They have some dubbed on Hulu Plus. I was like,
dubbed is terrible.
I like dubbed when I don't want to.
I like dubbed Dragon Ball Z. That is the only dubbed anime.
Voices were really good on there.
Well, that and Full Metal Alchemist.
The voices are really good on there.
I have 2 dubbed animes that I watch, and Cowboy Bebop.
What about standalone or
Cowboy Bebop.
Ghost in the Shell?
Trigun, Ghost in the Shell.
No.
Everything
else you gotta watch. You gotta watch subbed.
No. Anyways, but no,
Ghost in the Shell's pretty good.
Good voice acting.
I like One Piece subbed.
Yeah.
Well, One Piece subbed is very good.
But no, if you like that style of show and you don't want the giant lengthy battles, then this is good. What they do is they set up more of a battlefield where if you like those moments in Naruto where your favorite ninja fight bad guys and they're having like 5 battles at once, trying to keep it frenetic and interesting.
Yeah,
that's what they do in this show. And the cool thing, I will ruin one little thing about the current story arc that I'm on. Well, it's not the current one, but it's just the one I'm on. Basically, this giant vortex appears over the Fairy Tale guild hall. By the way, they keep rebuilding the guild hall, and it keeps getting bigger and better. I thought that was kind of cool. Anyways, because they keep getting more wizards, and they keep doing awesome things, and people are like recognizing them. So I was like, oh. So they rebuild the guild hall. Suddenly, this vortex of energy comes down, sucks up the entire town. It's all gone, and people are like, the few people that are left are like, what is going on? Turns out there is a parallel dimension that uses magic also, but their bodies can't generate magic as this dimension can generate like life force. People are like, I'm out of my chakra. Same concept. And guess what? It's actually, alright, that's a weird dude. Stupid NXT. But they suck up all these people and form them into a giant crystal. Like all the people of the town plus all the people from Fairy Tail. And they're going to use that crystal to power their nation.
I had to watch it because this is it's super confusing.
Well, all right.
I think I'll understand it if I'm watching it.
You will,
because don't get me wrong, you're explaining it pretty good. It's just like
it's weird.
I need to see it. I need to see it to understand it.
And I think the art style is better than One Piece because I never liked One Piece's art direction.
One Piece gets way better.
I'm sure, but
One Piece gets way better.
This is taking that way better and then going better than that.
Dude,
that's what I like about it. So.
The 2-year jump in One Piece is amazing. I'm sorry,
but
it's bar some of the best anime out right now.
Whatever. Anyways, all right. Now I'm going to talk about the things I haven't been doing. Guess what I've got right now, sitting in the other room. Thor: The Dark World in 3D. Yeah. Haven't even opened it yet. Guess what else I've got in the other room?
Gravity 3D.
Sitting there, hasn't been touched.
I want to watch that.
Looks pretty good.
Call me when you're ready.
All right. Probably this weekend I'll think about it.
Yes, call me and say, hey.
Gravity.
I'm going to go see Pompeii this weekend. I'm going to see a movie, guys.
Whoa! I honestly didn't know what you were talking about. You're like, I'm going to the theater to see a movie. I'm
That's
like,
right.
Why would you do that? Who does that? Oh, yeah, the guy that reviews movies.
Shut up.
Oh!
Yeah. So, yeah.
Let's see what else. I purchased as I mentioned to you gentlemen, the Wi-Fi adapter for the computer so you can use Xbox 360 controllers on it because you're not allowed to just use a plug-and-play kit because Microsoft hates you.
It's better this way.
It is better this way.
No, I do want to play with a
It's just silly that Microsoft stopped making these for individual sale. Like, the only way you can buy them right now is either from somebody else that doesn't want it, or from buying the controller that comes with it.
Which I already have 8 controllers for the Xbox 360. I do have technically 3 360.
Microsoft is doing eventually trying to marry the whole gaming and PC, so they have one system.
And home entertainment.
They're trying to marry it.
Well, we'll play.
I hate that.
We'll play a little Xbox One after the show, just so I can show you not actual games, but the other stuff.
So you get Xbox to show me how much it loves me.
Yeah, that's another. Oh my gosh, don't get me started on that. I grew a beard and it didn't recognize me.
Mine doesn't recognize me if I don't have my glasses on.
It really is annoying. It's like you look like this and nothing else.
I walk into the room. It's like, "Hi, Marqees." I'm like, "Up, hi, Xbox."
Marqees.
I walk in the room. It's like, "Oh, doop." I log in. I sign in.
Marqees never changes.
Oh,
Awesome.
I ordered Frozen 3D, and it comes to my home in about 6 weeks. From Britain.
I think that's a silly long amount of time.
No.
No, because he ordered the special edition.
I ordered the 3D edition.
Yeah.
In America,
isn't coming out over here.
Right. In America, it'll come out... Well, no, okay. All right. Okay. In America, we're not getting it. It's going to be like $30 for the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
With the DVD and the soundtrack. Whoop-de-doo. And it comes out like in the middle of next month.
Yeah.
Okay. In Britain, it comes out like the last week of the month.
Yeah.
And then it's going to take like 2 to 3 weeks to get here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not bad. Here's the thing. It's $30 for the regular edition with like, it's the collector's edition, whatever, if you want to say. Guess how much I'm paying for the 3D edition that I'm having shipped from the UK?
$24.
With shipping, it's $30. It was $24.99 beforehand. Guess how much it is to purchase it on Vudu from Walmart in the streaming 3D edition?
$30.
$35.
$35. The 3D streaming edition.
Yes, from Vudu, Walmart. $35.
Big evil at his finest, guys.
How much did I pay for Wreck-It Ralph after a $5 coupon last year? Anyone?
Like $20.
$30. That was not cheap. So, also, you need to watch that movie. What's
I
wrong
do.
with you?
I'm going to buy it.
You've never seen it? Maybe we should have a movie time on Saturday. I know Lisa's doing what do you call it? Was it half a marathon? Whatever.
Running for entertainment.
What time on Saturday?
I'm gonna go.
We'll discuss later.
We'll discuss later. Anyways, so these are all things that I am going to be doing or not. Haven't been doing. I didn't watch Justified this week, and I heard it was good. I didn't watch Arrow, and it looked awesome.
Clock King.
Shut up. Didn't watch Shield. I don't know if it's new. Probably
no.
wasn't.
Shield's new next week.
I have not watched since like episode 6, so I'm just waiting for Netflix.
Yeah. It is picking up. Don't get me wrong. It is picking up. Like I said a couple weeks ago, it is picking up, but it's a slow burn. But Sif's coming in the next 2 episodes. Yeah. So and then when Cap comes out, is a big tie-in with Cap. So.
Well, what's his face is going to be in it? Bill Paxton. Yeah. He's going to play as a weathered. That's still coming up, right? That didn't happen already. I'm not.
No, that's next week.
No,
okay. Yeah. So he's going to be the weathered field agent. He's actually based on a real character. As weird as that sounds to say, a real character, but an actual character from the books. Anyways, so I really need to get it on and do some stuff, have some fun things happen. Probably this weekend, I will indulge this book, read more, play more games, yada.
Do stuff.
Look at the girl from NXT be crazy. NXT, man, it's just weird. That Emma girl, weird. Dude, I watched Raw.
The Emma Lock is a beast. She caught Summer Rain and Emma Lock last night. It's like It's this weird maneuver where she hooks the legs and she falls back and she does it like basically what Daniel Bryan does but the reverse way.
Oh, I know what that means.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone use that as a finisher.
These NXT divas can go.
Well, they have to because the ones they have now
these girls can go. I feel bad for the Bella Twins and because they're going to step up their game, but we're going to emphasize the point.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if you guys heard. I know you wouldn't have heard, but Maria, what's her face? Maria, is it Caritas? Kanellis apologized for all of her transgressions of being a jerk because she wants back in the E, like bad.
Vince said, "Kiss the ring. The ring's been kissed, and now we just wait."
She'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back.
And I will be happy. I thought she was a good diva.
She'll be back. She'll be the number one diva.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Well, come on. Look at the Bellas.
Yeah.
They can't decide on being identical anymore, so therefore they fail. And let's get to the news. We'll get with the box office. Marqees, I see you got it up right there.
So the Lego Movie is stomping 3 weeks in a row. It stomped all competition. $31 million.
Would you say that it's blocking anyone else from achieving the top spot?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bam!
Total gross so far, domestically, I believe, is $183 million in 3 weeks.
Dealt with.
Yeah. So, number 2 was 3 Days to Kill. That was starring Kevin Costner and the delicious Amber Heard. She's beautiful. And that was...
You predator.
Hey, I'm going to say it like it is. She's gorgeous. That was $12.2 million. Number 3 was Pompeii, and I'm going to see that Sunday, and that was $10.3 million. And Kiefer Sutherland's in that, I didn't know that.
Randomly.
He plays an evil senator. I'm like, yes, Jack Bauer.
Yeah, they kind of downplayed it because they know it's not a good movie. So.
Number 4 was RoboCop with $9.8 million.
It's a good movie. It was this year's Judge Dredd.
You're
gonna burn!
Yeah.
Hey, how was the Lego movie, Eli?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to go see it Monday.
Fail.
Because I'm off.
And then number 5 was Monuments Men with $7.9 million. Number 6 was About Last Night with $7.5 million. Yep, $7.5 million.
Wah, wah.
Number 7 was Ride Along with $4.6 million. Number 8 was Frozen with $4.4 million. Number 9 was Endless Love with $3.9 million. And rounding out the top 10 was Winter's Tale with $2.1 million. And that's
Snapchat.
And that's the top 10.
I don't want to be Snapchat.
Easy, you got any
I got stuff.
Gaming news?
Yeah, I got stuff. Before I do gaming news, I would just like to take a moment and have a moment for Harold Ramis, who passed away this week. That really sucks. He was my favorite Ghostbuster. I thoroughly love his work in Stripes. Fantastic. I loved Caddyshack. I love Groundhog Day.
He was talented.
And
Animal House.
Animal House is
Classic.
right up there.
Airheads.
Airheads, yes. I always forget about Airheads. I loved his part in Knocked Up, which I came to find out that that entire scene was ad-libbed, and that is so fantastic awesome. Because it was so good. But yeah, really, it really made me sad when I found out about that earlier this week, and
yeah,
it's just really too bad because
I would have loved to see him in the new Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah,
I would have loved.
For me, a Ghostbusters without Egon
it's going to be weird.
Not the Ghostbusters
just stop.
I want.
Don't.
No,
they're going forward.
They're going.
I don't want
and
that's what he would have wanted, but
yeah.
I mean. For me, a Ghostbusters without Egon is just...
He was the whole point. He was the heart of the Ghostbusters.
Jay Baruchel as Egon Jr.
I don't know who that is. It sounds French. I disapprove.
No, it's
no, the guy from
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
He was in
He's in a ton of stuff.
he was in Tropic Thunder. He was in
No, he didn't watch that.
You didn't watch Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, I've seen it. I just don't know who that is.
He was in
Jay Baruchel.
She was it She Should Sign to You or
According to Wikipedia, Jonathan Adam Saunders Marqees is a Canadian actor and comedian.
That guy.
Oh, that guy?
yeah.
Well, did you see Goon?
might be alright.
Did you watch Goon?
No.
Oh man.
But yeah,
but it's super sad.
Yeah, thoughts are with the family and friends. That really sucks. There's been a lot of really good like tribute art and stuff that people have been posting online.
It was
like,
awesome.
I've been saving all those because they're all fantastic. But yeah, and I watched like all my favorite parts of Ghostbusters and like all my favorite clips and.
So you watched the movie 3 times, is what you're saying? Because the whole thing's your favorite.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a sad loss for entertainment.
Yeah, because he was super talented. He acted, he wrote and directed. He was the trifecta. So, and that's very hard to come. I mean, a lot of actors try to do it, but he did it successfully for numerous amounts of years. Yep. So.
If you were a child of the 80s and you didn't know, or let's just say you grew up,
you had to see at least one of his movies.
Yeah.
I mean, being a child, that you had to see, like, it's like being a John Hughes. You had to see at least one.
I think at this point, anybody that's around right now has at least seen one of his movies.
Yep.
Like,
and
either
honestly,
one that he's been in, written, or directed.
My parents were kind of like, we'll let our kid watch whatever. So I got to watch all of his movies.
He does a lot more. Like like a lot of people don't realize like all the stuff that he's done. Like he's directed and produced and done a bunch of stuff that you don't even think about.
You wouldn't even think about. He's very talented. He was very funny. And he will be missed. I was bummed. So
yeah. Let's move into game releases. Starting March next week, guys. We're already to March. It's finally coming out. South Park: The Stick of Truth on March 4th.
Don't lie.
PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. It went gold a couple weeks ago. It's happening. It's coming out.
You're making this up.
Today, I do believe.
Today or yesterday. Yeah.
Today, yesterday went.
Yesterday.
So that's coming out March 4th. Hatsune Miku Project Diva F for the PlayStation Vita is coming out on the PlayStation Network on March 4th. Awesome Knots is making its way to the PS4. Dead Nation, the Apocalypse Edition is coming out for PS4. And there is a Wii U, probably eShop title, I think. Block Drop U, which looks dumb. Some kind of puzzle game, but that is that. For some reason last week, I got all that. I was thinking there was something that I missed from last week that I didn't get to mention. The PS1 classic Herc's Adventures. That's what it was. I saw that when I was looking through this list. I always thought that was kind of a silly game. That was kind of neat on original PlayStation. So that's available. It was a LucasArts game.
Actually, I think I have it.
Do you?
On the Saturn.
On the Saturn?
Yeah.
No, yeah. It was a really cool game. I enjoyed that. But yeah, that's releases. We're continuing to roll along into the next gen, the current gen.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking about, just because I'm so desperate for something next gen, I might buy Wolfenstein. I love Wolfenstein.
If you're desperate for something next gen, just wait a week because Titanfall comes out.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
No, I'm getting that. But
that'll be good. And then after that, what's the next one after that? The next one after that? Well, there's Thief. I mean, you could get Thief.
No.
But
Assassin's
what's the next
Creed
thing?
is still sitting in my.
What's
room.
coming? There's something coming out that'll be okay that you could wait for, that you wouldn't have to get something that's not good.
Well, I don't think I got the last Wolfenstein game they came out with. I think I rented
that's
it
your
or something.
choice.
But,
At least you had the foresight to handle it.
well, and I loved Return to Castle Wolfenstein. No, I thought it was a fun shooter, and they were using a new engine. I was like, it's pretty fun. Plus, this was when World War II games were king. It's like, World War II, Call of Duty. I'm like, you know what? This game has zombies, so what is it? Nazis, undead, evil stuff.
Zombies were tired before they were tired.
Dude,
That doesn't even make sense.
I'm ready for something else. Don't get me wrong. Zombies have just gotten overplayed. I'm ready for aliens to make a comeback.
They have been with
What needs to make a comeback?
one stuff. XCOM.
Dinosaurs.
Dude,
Nobody does enough stuff with
give me a
dinosaurs.
Turok game that's awesome, and I'm in.
Nobody does enough stuff with
Dino
dinosaurs.
Crisis. Shut up your face! I would
Yeah.
play a Dino Crisis game for real.
Yeah.
I remember the last Turok game I played that had. I think it was on the 64, or maybe it was the.
I didn't play any of the ones past 64. That's where
The 64 Turok 2 was the one that had the box, right? That was like the Hellraiser box. That you went like threw it down, it would like suck you in.
Oh, I don't know. I just remember the mind bore. Like, you would shoot out the little thing and it would stick to the side of the guy's head and drill all his brains out.
And what about the nuke? There was like a nuke.
Yeah, there was one like that too.
Was it Turok Arena? They made a arena game or something.
Dude, I was all about Dino Crisis.
Don't get me wrong, Dino Crisis is cool, and if they made a good Dino
It was
Crisis
like
game or Jurassic Park
it was
game,
like Resident Evil with dinosaurs.
It was
And
really good.
That's literally what it was. Yeah.
It was all
It
fun.
was really good.
Three
And
was
then
in space.
Dino Crisis, yeah.
Space
Dinosaurs.
Space dinosaurs, yeah. Well, gotta jump the shark somehow.
Yeah. But,
Which is funny because they have dinosaurs, so they don't really have to jump the shark.
Yep.
So Sony wants to make a Spider-Man movie every year.
I think that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I think they're going to ruin Spider-Man again.
Yep. They since they've I think they announced
That's
the
what
CEO,
Sony do.
the Sony CEO announced she was like, yeah, so we want to, with Sinister Six and Venom and Spider-Man, we want to basically make a Spider-Man movie every year. It's like, yeah, that's gonna suck.
Yep.
Because one, your Spider-Man's not gonna be here. He said he's done.
So you're gonna, like...
Quite literally, you're gonna have to recast.
You're gonna
Spider-Man
have to recast Spider-Man.
again.
They could bring
They're killing
out
Emma
Miles
Stone off
Morales.
either this one or the next one. So goodbye, Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
You gotta find a new Mary Jane because you cut Mary Jane out the second one.
Just have, at this point, just have any random guy that's acrobatic play Spider-Man, and then anytime he doesn't have his mask on, just replace his face with, like, whatever face you want. Like,
Pretty much it.
like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's this one commercial out now for a cell phone company. It's like regional and it's trying to become national. And it's got a guy kicking like what's supposed to be like a bowling ball. Like he's balancing it around like a beanbag kind of thing, and then he like drop kicks it.
Yeah.
He's just doing like spinning kicks and everything.
that.
And it's like, here's the period or period. It's
Yes,
just this much
yeah.
period, and it's the period. It's purple.
Yeah.
That guy is actually really athletic. So if they got someone like him that looked like, actually they could just have him and then just have Peter Parker
Yeah.
be whoever.
Yeah.
No, the guy who does the motion cap game for the Amazing Spider-Man 2 should be he runs this company called Bat and the Sun on YouTube, and he does the mocap for the actual Spider-Man games, and he is awesome. I mean, why don't you? I mean, but they're looking for that big name, that big draw.
Yeah, they're trying too hard.
Oh,
That's what kills.
they're,
That's Sony.
they're like
also.
like Fox, just trying too hard with Fantastic Four, just trying too hard.
Look what we're doing. I don't care.
Look what we're doing. Oh, it's a white Sue Storm and a black Johnny Storm. Oh, wow, controversy.
They did that already in the last movie when it was a white Johnny Storm and a Latina Sue Storm.
I mean,
in whiteface.
yeah, seriously, white face.
Yeah,
Oh
there.
man, but they're trying too hard. Meanwhile, Marvel is just kicking butt. DC can't catch up, right? They can't get a Wonder Woman movie off the ground. Marvel's already like, hey, guess what?
They had some great momentum, and then they released The Dark Knight Rises.
Well, and now they've got Man of Steel. So we have hope, and they're like, we're going to put Batman and Superman in a movie. Come watch it. Come watch it. Come watch it.
And
Oh, wait,
now
oh,
their
wait,
momentum
now
is
we're gonna make it the
going
Justice League
away.
movie because It's not enough. It's not enough to have Batman in your movie. We want the
They
Justice
really did.
League in your
They
movie.
completely hamstrung themselves, like releasing The Dark Knight Rises, because they could have had some good momentum.
It was by the numbers, except for they had the numbers out of order. And Batman never quits.
Yeah, Batman never quits. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, if they had done, like, say, Batman Rest in Peace,
Yeah,
that would have been awesome.
yeah,
From what you guys say.
Dude,
Yeah.
Rest in Peace was a sick storyline.
Imagine that as a movie.
yeah.
I mean, it felt like a movie when you read it, right? Like, this is
It was
epic.
very
Oh
good.
yeah.
So why couldn't they just do that?
Or they could have done The Long Halloween, or they could have done
Hush.
like Hush.
Oh,
Hush
that's what I was
would have been
thinking.
amazing.
Like that would
Hush.
have been a perfect fit for that universe, because that's a character that is grounded in that sort of gritty reality that they had going. Like,
And it didn't have to be bigger. That was a problem. They kept thinking it
yeah,
has to be bigger.
yeah, they're like, oh, we got to have big moments. No. Batman is not big moments. Batman is solving crimes and twists and revelations.
If only they had a name for him that made sense. Like, if only one of his most brilliant nemesis had a name for him that described
Detective.
how he would think things through and use his skills of mental acuity to do things in a low kind of fashion, just not like explosive.
Yeah.
Like,
But instead, they killed his greatest nemesis off in the first movie
oh yeah.
and said, "Hey, guess what? Man, there's no Lazarus Pit. What?
Here's Bane.
Here's Bane.
Here's Bane, but not the Bane that you like. The one that you deserve.
It's the Sean Connery
The one that you deserve. The one that you deserve. Exactly. The one that you deserve."
Yeah.
Because we say so.
And don't get me wrong, Man of Steel was good for what it was. I'm not harking on how Man of Steel was bad, but hey, guess what? You know what? Superman, we're to get the guy that directed 300.
All right. It's going to be pretty.
Right. And now we're going to give him. Now we're going to put Batman in. You're like, oh no. And guess what? Your Batman's going to be Ben Affleck. You're like, oh. And that chick from Fast and the Furious is going to be Wonder Woman. You're like, oh. Like, who? I was like, oh.
A short Wonder Woman. Yay.
Yay. It's like, who?
Well, you know who should have been Wonder Woman,
I'm
though?
sorry, an average height Wonder Woman.
Yeah, the girl that was in Fast and the Furious. Oh no, the girl that was an evil person by the end of the movie.
Can't because she was romantically involved with Cavill, and that would be a conflict.
And they ended up breaking up.
Yeah.
So then he went on to date the girl from The Big Bang Theory, which was a bad idea because she's not that pretty and she's kind of crazy.
Which one?
Kaylee Kouakou.
Did he marry her?
No.
Oh, shit.
No, the other girl that's got the weird voice on the show, the blonde girl, I don't remember her name. She is married in real life. And then, what's her face? Blossom, Mayim Bialik. She's not married. She's happy. She's also a neuroscientist. Although I can't understand how anyone that actually knows science to the level that she does wants to be on the Big Bang Theory because
she needs a paycheck.
that's true. She's
It's
got
been a
kids.
while since Blossom.
Yeah, she got kids. She's like, Nick at Night does not pay as well as I thought it would.
Dude, they don't even show Blossom and Nick at Night.
I don't know where they show Blossom anymore.
They don't show Blossom. That's why she needs a paycheck.
It's, like,
It's on DVD.
Yeah,
You want to watch it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But,
I'll pirate that. Not.
The guy from Girls, Adam Driver, I haven't watched Girls, but
He's a big goofy dude. And
yeah, he looks like a big goofy turd. But he's
calling it what it is.
He's in talks of the road to be an evil guy and
An evil guy.
a villain in Star Wars.
Darth bad guy.
Darth bad guy.
Darth bad guy. Yeah.
That's what it is.
So that's a thing. I don't watch Girls, so I don't know who this cat is.
Okay, he's like...
Here's the thing with
he's really
Star
big
Wars
and bulky.
casting.
I don't know.
I don't care who it is. I don't care.
Just get it done, right?
I don't care who's in the movie. I do not care at all who is playing who in the Star Wars movie. I don't care.
In Star Wars?
You know why?
I'm Batman.
Because if they're random people,
Yeah.
then they're going to be that Star Wars character to me. I don't care.
But if they're not random people, like, say...
If they try and get big names and dumb, stupid, like, celebrities
Oh, he's in the...
that I'm going to recognize, it's going to ruin everything.
This guy's random Joe Bob.
Yeah, that guy looked random as heck.
They
I've
almost
never seen
had
that.
him as... well, he's in Inside... Was it... was it Llewellyn Davis? I think that's the name of it, which is a big indie film. He's done some indie work, and Girls is basically the indie show for HBO.
Ready? Yeah.
Because it's that girl. What's her face? Don't get me wrong, she does a good job at underwhelming things. But
the more random people you can get, the better.
I'm gonna say yes, no. It depends. Like Ben Affleck, I wouldn't want him in it.
Exactly.
Now they had Ewan McGregor
Christian Bale?
and
No.
he did a good job. Christian Bale.
Well, see, now Ewan McGregor,
he did a good
not
job
as huge
at that time,
when Star
he's
Wars
still-
Episode
I mean,
1
he's
came out.
but he's a big name now.
Yeah.
People are like, oh yeah, Ewan McGregor.
Not as huge when that movie came out.
I think he was probably
Liam
the
Neeson,
the best.
not
casting.
as huge when that movie came out.
Natalie Portman was pretty big though.
Natalie Portman, not at
No,
all.
no, dude.
99?
That was her first big movie.
Not at all.
That's her first. That movie.
Leon the Professional to that, pretty much.
No, she had a movie with
No, dude. That was
Susan Sarandon. Hold on.
her first big
No.
picture.
Well, I mean,
No,
that was
Leon
her
the
first big
I mean, the
budget film,
professional, yeah, but I'm saying like her. I mean, like her first like studio like big budget like.
No, yeah, that was. I mean,
mean-
of course, because they weren't even making movies to
I
that
mean,
extent.
like the people that they
Like they
used
do
in these
now.
movies. I mean, Sam Jackson, he was already known, but that's okay. That's like a
Well, because that was because the comic books they are.
yeah.
He as soon as he saw the book, he was like, "I want to be Nick Fury," and they were like, "Well, we did it because you look like," and that was set in stone.
The more unknown someone is, the better for Star Wars.
Okay, she was in Heat for a little bit. Mars Attacks. Anywhere But Here. That was with Susan Sarandon. And Where the Heart Is. That was the one with. Well, that one came out right after that. So.
The point is she was
The point is she
a
wasn't
well-known
very
actress
big.
until
Terrible
Star Wars, because Star Wars put people in the back. Star Wars put Jake Lloyd on the map, who we've never heard from again. But for that first like 2 years, that little kid was everywhere. It put Ewan McGregor on the map. It put Liam Neeson back on the map for sure. It put a lot of people on maps.
It gave Ray Parker. What's his name? Ray Park.
It gave Ray Park the career he had.
He has. He still does stuff. Dude's awesome. He should have been the Iron
It gave
Fist.
Hayden Christensen a paycheck. Because he's horrible.
It was a good choice. It was a good choice because I didn't know who he was,
Yeah.
and it didn't matter.
He was bland.
He was able to become Darth Vader. He did an okay job. His dialogue that was written was awful.
I kind of like Jumper. Not a lot, but
The dialogue written for Anakin
Everyone.
in episode 1 and 2 and 3 was just
horrific.
awful until like the end of 3.
Yeah, right to when he fought Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Other news, Patrick Wilson starring it will be in Ant-Man. He's in talks for Ant-Man. We don't know what character yet, but that's going to be good. A thing.
He's gonna be Ant-Man.
Oh no, because that's Paul Rudd. He'll be Ant-Man, but
also, what was it? Being Human is wrapping up. Finally. Which I'm okay with. It's a good show, but, you know, it's getting kind of worn out. It's good, though. It's good.
also actor Matthew Modine wants to be Doctor Strange.
Oh, I saw an interesting thing today.
That's strange.
Vin Diesel posted an old video that he had of him and
saw that.
Paul Walker playing World of Warcraft together, and it was really good. Like, it was awesome.
Oh, man.
It was really cool.
That's funny.
I mean, that's
hilarious.
awesome thing that they were playing a while together.
I mean, that was like, what, 8 years ago or something,
Well,
right?
Vin Diesel, he's
an avid. He's an
an
avid.
avid gamer.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he has his own game studio, and which, I don't know if he still makes games.
But yeah,
Which
I just thought it was really neat, and if you haven't checked it out, you should. If you're a fan of Fast and the Furious and Paul Walker and Vin Diesel, like, you need to go watch it because it's pretty cool.
Can either of you name Vin Diesel's video game studio?
No, not off the top of my head.
no,
Marquees?
it's not my head. Nope.
Tygon.
Tygon, yeah.
Remember why? That's when the one, like, that was the mom is the lion and the dad's the tiger because he's, you know, half Italian, half black.
Oh, Disney's going to film all the Netflix movies for all the Netflix shows in New York.
I was going to say shows,
They're on
except they haven't announced Defenders yet.
no, they said all of them.
I saw an update where they're not sure on Defenders.
I saw the press conference and he said New York. He goes
Is it New
Daredevil
York?
and the Defenders.
Honestly, I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with that.
I think it's gonna be awesome because if they do Daredevil, I mean, it's gonna be Daredevil's gonna be filmed in Hell's Kitchen, so that's gonna be in and of itself awesome for Hell's Kitchen.
And what stories we've got? Jessica Jones.
They're gonna Jessica Jones. They're gonna do Luke Cage and they'll do Iron Fist.
That's what I thought. And of course, Daredevil.
And Daredevil, and then I guess the four of them will become the Defenders, which will be cool because the street level team.
What's the name of that girl? Was it Misty Knight?
Yeah,
Used to date Luke Cage.
Misty used to date Iron Fist.
Okay, couldn't remember.
But that'd be awesome. I mean, because having the Defenders would induce people like Misty Knight and Colleen Wing and White Tiger and Tarantula and all those street level guys who aren't Spider-Man level street level, but they're street level enough, where people can get into them and get into those characters.
Like Spider-Man has his big battles over Manhattan. All right.
Yeah,
These guys have their
fight in the
battle.
kitchen.
They fight in Hell's Kitchen, which is
They fight in Brooklyn. They fight in the Bronx. They fight in
they're dirty.
They fight in the outskirts of Manhattan. They let Spider-Man have Manhattan, and they fight in the outskirts, and I like that. And that being that these movies will tie into the Marvel Universe will be awesome because they can say, hey, you know what? Luke Cage, you come to New York. Guess what?
Do stuff.
We're gonna have a Shield episode with the Shield team teams up with Luke Cage, and okay, the Daredevil comes to town. Matt Murdock has to defend somebody.
Honestly, they could mix it up so well and so easily and just expand that universe. It's a gambit, but I think it's going to pay off.
Yep.
If they do it right.
And they are. And
Netflix is like... Well, that's the thing. I was watching a thing with a Netflix show guy, Kevin Spacey. It was on, what was it? The Daily Show. And... Jon Stewart is like, so what's it like working? They say, yeah, you can do like 6 to 10 things, and you got to really fight for it, and there's an element. He said, you know what? They just looked at this and said, here's money. Film 24 episodes. Do whatever you want. And
money.
It's a huge show, and it's going to keep going for another couple years, I imagine, until Kevin Spacey gets bored with it, or they, go out of business.
He said he loves it. He goes, dude, I go in, I crank out 12 episodes, and I'm done for the year. And it's like I can go do movies and whatever, and then come back the next year and crank out another 12 episodes and one shot and be done.
He loves the theater. He does the theater over in Europe and loves doing it. So I can see that, him just kind of maintaining that mentality. So let's see. Anything else going on, guys? News?
Not really. Kind of slow going.
I think real quick, going to do a rundown of what I think the card is going to be for WrestleMania, and then we'll wrap this guy up. So, let's see. We're going to have Brock Lesnar versus Taker. I see Taker winning, of course. Sting's not going to be there this year, maybe next year. What else? It's Batista, or we're calling him now Bootista because he gets
boring
booed.
Fiesta.
I hear spoiler alert, a big heel turn for SmackDown Friday.
That would be good. I see Randy Orton
winning. I see Randy Orton winning.
Randy Orton has been having good matches recently, and he's also going to be around.
Well, you know why he's been having good matches?
Because he's been wrestling good guys.
Except Cena, of course, but he's been wrestling.
Well, that was a good match. That was a pay-per-view match they had on Raw that one night.
Dude,
time.
I'm foreseeing Cesaro being champ by the end of this year.
I'm okay with that. Because he is a great wrestler.
He's a tank.
He's
a horse. They call him the Swiss Superman, and there's a reason. Dude,
They've
the
been
things he
him
was
for
doing
years.
with Cena, it was like he was matching John Cena strength for strength, and like for somebody to do that to Cena, who is he is Superman in and of himself, is amazing.
I like watching old videos of him and Cesaro and what's his face, Daniel Bryan wrestling, because those guys can run clinics. It's amazing. Also, the matches are half an hour to 45 minutes long, so block out the appropriate time if you go online and try to find them.
There's also Daniel Bryan versus Triple H will be.
I see Triple H losing just because they need to give Bryan a win or they will riot. Now, the one thing I want, which I saw that Matt Fowler on IGN was saying, it would be awesome if Triple H put an extra caveat. If Daniel Bryan wins the match, he gets to fight and is part of the triple threat in the main event.
That would make things interesting.
They're not going to do that, but that would be awesome.
No, because Triple H wants to be the star.
Yes. Well, I see him winning, but I see Triple H losing, but he's not going to let Daniel Bryan ruin his main event because it's his boys.
I thoroughly want the Divas division to be heating up because I've seen Paige wrestle now, she's good, dude. Her and who was it? Her and Emma had the match, and when she took the superplex, I was like, a diva pulling a superplex. Yep. I was like, okay, this chick can go. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the NXT girls coming up and putting the beating on these fake Raw divas.
We'll have John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. There we go.
If Cena's leg is okay because he hurt himself
again
Monday.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm a Superman, blah blah blah. But yeah, he's falling apart. So he's like 35, and his body's finally said, yeah, you're done.
Yeah, you've been going nonstop for like
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah,
and no real break the rest. And it's like, I love the business. Like, dude, Triple H loved the business, but he took time off the heel. Yeah. The Rock loved the business, but he took time off the heel.
He's got to take time off the heel.
You got to take time off the heel. CM Punk loved the business, but he took time off the heel.
Well, and that's the other thing.
And then he left the business.
Well, yeah, but you know what his match was going to be? It was going to be Triple H versus CM Punk.
It was going to be a turd match.
Yeah.
No, it was going to be a good match. They were going to tell a good story in the ring because at WrestleMania they bring it.
They were going to tell a good story.
He should have been main event in WrestleMania.
They would have had to build it up differently, but yeah, I could see that.
He got juked one year because Rock came back, and he bit one for the team because the Rock, put in his dues.
He got to wrestle Taker.
Yeah. But for Batista to do the same thing this year?
Yeah, you can't do that with Batista. Batista was not big enough.
Oh, no. When he came back, when he won all the boos when he won the Rumble. But
it was hilarious.
I'm looking forward to the Shield. Whatever happens with the Shield. I'm looking for the Shield breakup and Roman Reigns to strike out on his own.
They're talking about a triple threat with the Shield members, and then that's the end. Shield's dead after that. That's what I heard. Tag teams, I figure it's going to be New Age Outlaws versus
the Usos.
You think the Usos? I figure it's going to be like a 4-way dance.
They're pushing the Usos hard.
They are pushing the Usos hard, but the other reason for that is Total Divas, because one's on there. I don't know.
What you do, man?
We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going on with Brodus Clay right now. I don't know what's going on with some of the others. I know Sweet Tea is now
he's an announcer for NXT,
which is weird, but whatever. But yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do otherwise.
TNA is actually doing well.
Yeah, their shows are getting much better.
Dude, MVP came in. He just that just raised the stock on that. And the Wolves won the tag team titles.
Yeah,
they won in West Virginia, by the way.
Nice.
I think they won in Beckley. They won the tag team titles.
Nice.
So they're the tag team champions now. We've got Bobby Roode. Roode's he's having a face turn. So that's the thing, and we might see Beer Money Incorporated get back together because him and James Storm have been buddy as of late.
Well, they would be the heel Beer Money, right?
Well, it's not clear if James Storm's a heel or he's just disgruntled, angry with Gunner.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
maybe
they got a cage match at Lethal Lockdown. Jeff Hardy comes back at Lethal Lockdown in Miami.
Miami.
Oh, and next month, the premiere here in town of Pro Wrestling vs. Zombies.
Boom.
The 28th, at Parkersburg High School. It is the
like
tickets between $20 and $100. $100 will probably get you front row seats and probably hobnobbing with the pro wrestlers that will be there. I hear Kurt Angle will be there. I hear Hacksaw will be there. I hear Piper will be here, and I hear Matt Hardy will be here. So that's pretty fantastical.
Also, quick story. You know who might have beaten, or who was scheduled to beat Taker for the streak? 2 guys. They had 2 guys they were actually going to have break the streak. Can you guess who they were? I read this story recently.
No.
The first one was Kurt Angle back in 2006, right before Kurt Angle left. When he was doped up on painkillers and his body was falling apart.
Yeah.
The other, and then they had Mark Henry beat him, or go against him. And then they said, well, maybe we should do Mark Henry and have him, because he was hot as a heel at that time, have Henry beat him. And then they just decided not to, so they've been keeping it going. I hope they end the streak soon, because Taker needs to rest.
In peace.
Yeah, if they want to have a new Taker type character, great. Until then, Taker needs to rest. Also, if someone's going to come out and be Undertaker type character, they can't wear a onesie little underwear.
Dude, it's gonna be Brock. It's gonna be Brock. You have Brock. You've got Taker winning. I don't see the Beast Incarnate going down like that.
How about CM Punk comes out and gives him a big kick to the face, and then it's a lose by disqualification because he kicked Brock Lesnar in the face.
I can see that. That will be interesting because
that'd be epic.
That would be like, so is that technically that's a TKO? So that would be in that question mark count. So,
That's a technical foul.
that's a burn. But yeah, pretty much it. Easy. You got anything coming down?
No.
No let's play, no review, anything like that.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. I'll have something in the pipe coming soon. I know Steve's got something coming up on TimeRush.com.
So
he said he's got something. Yeah, well, he's had something for a while now. So yeah, Steve, if you listen, I'm busting your chops. Get it done.
Busted.
I get my chops busted for not being in the movie, watching the movie,
being in the movie,
but not watching the movie. So yeah. Nate, you got anything planned?
No, it's just we're gonna as it warms up and festival season starts, maybe we can arrange some things. I wanted to get my cousin on here. He creates his own toys and goes to the toy shows constantly. Check out Sandbagger Toys on Facebook. But that's really it, guys.
I'm also thinking about getting us going to Old World Columbus.
Well, that's he does the stuff up in Columbus. So,
but What's the World's Columbus coming up, and I'm thinking about we should just go for it. If we go for this Saturday, that'd be fun.
We probably would end up just reporting because probably can't get a table.
No, I'm not going for a table. We're going just to go see stuff.
Yeah, no.
And then I can say we can sit in a hotel and nerd out about it for the rest of the day. But table at Wizard World.
Yeah, I know.
Hilarious.
You'd actually want to go and see stuff because they're gonna have awesome stuff.
I don't want to be tied down all day.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that would be awesome. Anyways, all right, no, that sounds good. All right, Eli,
Do stuff!
Buy more comics.
Play games. And check us out on TimeRush.com.
Yeah, play more games.